So, Sophie Cunningham blasted me the other day over what I said about Caitlyn Clark. I guess Sophie has blasted a lot of people on her new Show Me Something podcast. She says the WNBA has fined her after each of her first three podcasts. Wow. She says that proudly. So now, before I respond to Sophie's criticism, allow me to compliment Sophie. Just remember, in her first 6 years in the WNBA playing for Phoenix, nobody outside of Phoenix knew who she was, very few. She had been the first pick in the second round. She was no more than a part-time starter in Phoenix, and she averaged 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist in those 6 seasons. But then, of course, the heavens opened, and she got traded to Caitlyn Clark's team. By far the biggest stage in the league, thanks to Caitlyn Clark. And did Sophie Cunningham ever start taking advantage of that? She quickly befriended Caitlyn. That was smart. And she assumed the role of Caitlyn's on-court and in interviews defender and protector or public defender. Did that ever quickly endear her to Caitlyn's, billions of fans out there? All those 22 wearing fans. Then with the spotlight shining on Sophie 100 times brighter than ever before, she started making grand entrances into arenas wearing spicy outfits, some of them pretty provocative and very cool. Now she has 1 million followers on Instagram. Who knew? Now, in Caitlyn's injury absence, Sophie has jumped right into that void and become a national thing, a new it girl, a nationally known star, Sophie Cunningham. Now, it didn't hurt that she, like Caitlyn, is white, and that she, unlike Caitlyn, can let her natural charisma and charm flow while she's playing the on-court jester, the class clown. She's pranking, she's laughing, she's just having a ball playing basketball for the Indiana Fever as the world watches. And I got to give her this prop also. She has backed up all of her showmanship with her performance. Now, she's averaging only 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist in Indiana, but to her credit, in Indiana, she has been a much better shooter this season than Caitlyn has been, much better. Sophie, having made a career-high 47% from the floor and a career-high 43% from 3. That'll work. Way to go. So Sophie Cunningham has actually done a pretty amazing job of filling the Caitlyn Clark void. She's sort of become Caitlyn's alter ego, sort of a crazier Caitlyn, unafraid of showing her wilder side. Sophie's actually turned herself into a one-name star. Now all you have to say is Sophie, and everybody knows. Wow, who knew? So it was too bad that Sophie tore her MCL in her right knee, out for the rest of the season. And for that matter, it's too bad that so many of the Indiana Fever players have gotten hurt this year. Whew, it's just been an epidemic, and that, of course, includes Caitlyn Clark. Now, I never missed a dribble of Fever games before the injury god said, no, not this year. But now, I must admit, I don't watch much. Understand, I'd still much, much, much rather watch Caitlyn Clark play basketball than watch Sophie on or off the court. Sophie did make that team that much more entertaining to watch as long as Caitlyn was playing. Caitlyn last played on July 15th. That seems forever ago. Now with 6 games left and the Fever still barely clinging to a playoff spot, it's feeling like Caitlyn, it's just feeling like she's decided to shut it down and just start fresh again next season. Yet, as I keep saying on my podcast, this season for Caitlyn Clark has just gotten curiouser and curiouser to the point of being flat out inexplicably bizarre. Before this season, Caitlyn had played, according to ESPN, at least 206 straight games dating all the way back into her high school playing days. That meant that no matter what nagging injuries she might have suffered, she had not missed a single game in 206 straight games before this season started. I mean, she was phenomenally durable, superhero durable, Iron Lady. Then this preseason, before this year started, she suffered what the team said was a left quad sprain. That was in the preseason. And then pretty soon in the regular season, said the team, she pulled her right groin. Then, according to the team, she pulled her left groin on July 15th, and here we are. I mean, come on, man. Maybe Caitlyn needs to hire a better trainer or physical therapist to stretch her out better before games. I don't know. This is just weird. So many soft tissue pulls. Nothing hugely major. No knee, no shoulder, no Achilles. Just pull and pull and pull. So a few podcasts back, I'm talking about my podcast, I wondered, and I stressed I was just wondering out loud, if maybe Caitlyn were taking longer to return because she just needed a little mental break from all the animosity, all the negativity, the jealousy, the resentment, the on-court bullying, the verbal shots taken at her, one right after the All-Star game in which she could not participate. And I also pointed out, as big a Caitlyn fan as I am, I'm still going to be honest with you, I pointed out that the injuries had helped send her just spiraling down into what has to be the worst slump of her life. It's got to be. I mean, this season on the road, she's 2 of 35 from 3. 2 of 35. I think maybe I could make 2 of 35 from 3 even on the road, but on the road, Caitlyn's shooting only 29% from the floor. That's horrendously bad, and 5.7% from 3. So overall for the season, she's only 37% from the floor, which ranks 132nd in the league, and only 28% from 3, which ranks 115th in the WNBA. Lord have mercy. Isn't it possible she just needed a mental break from her slump? Just that? No doubt. Caitlyn's been scary hard on herself over her poor shooting. You just know she has. Yet, guess what happened as soon as I wondered out loud about why it was taking so long for Caitlyn to come back from the right groin pull? The team suddenly announced on August 20th that, according to the team, on August 17th, Caitlyn was working out before a game in Phoenix when she suffered a, quote unquote, mild bone bruise, quote unquote, on her left ankle. I'm going to say this again. The WNBA has become the most secretive, thin-skinned, paranoid, media-controlling league in this country. No other league is close. Not the NFL, not the NBA. So I'm never sure what to trust or not trust when the league or one of its teams announces something. But after this revelation, of course, I was supposed to say, oh, that's why she's taking so long to return from the groin pull. She has a mild bone bruise on her left ankle. Oh, now I get it. Does anyone out there but me wonder what exactly is going on here? I mean, look, Caitlyn Clark is the WNBA. She put it on the national map. Her genius passing and her jump shooting from the logo are more must-see than anything this league has ever offered. Ratings will continue to fall without Caitlyn Clark. So I wonder. In fact, I also wondered out loud if it's possible she got so sick of all the resentment from all the veteran stars that she finally said, okay, I'll sit out the rest of the season and we'll see how you rate without me. I mean, seriously, I ask again, does anyone out there but me wonder what is going on with Caitlyn Clark this season? I was so excited about Caitlyn Clark in her second season, and now I am so mystified by what happened to Caitlyn Clark in her second WNBA season. Now, back to Sophie. Of course, she ripped me for wondering if Caitlyn needed a mental break from all the negativity, even though, Sophie, that wasn't a criticism. I was actually proposing a sympathetic explanation for it. Yet Sophie said on her podcast, that's literally bullshit. No one's lying. Sophie added, when people say stuff like that, I'm just like, shut up. See Caitlyn, critic. Rip Caitlyn, critic. Defend Caitlyn. Get more IG followers. Of course, Sophie was very careful not to mention what I prominently mentioned on my podcast, and that's Caitlyn's mind-boggling shooting slump. No, she's not going to touch that, Sophie. Hey, bottom line, Sophie Cunningham is a shrewd operator. She can really play the game within the game, the social media game, the get famous game. Obviously, she didn't wish injury on Caitlyn, but has one name, Sophie, ever benefited from Caitlyn Clark's stranger in stranger second season?